Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the fascinating world of labor economics. But we aren't looking at dry spreadsheets or complex mathematical models. Instead, we're exploring this topic through the highly vivid, incredibly poetic, and deeply observant lens of Uluyomi Oladavide's recent policy brief titled Labor Supplier Typologies. If you've ever looked around your office and wondered why some people are absolute dynamos while others just seem to take up space, well, you're in the right place.
First, let's meet the author behind all this, Oluyomi Oladavide. She's a Nigerian thought leader who uses her incredibly unique worldview to generate real solutions and provide absolute clarity in the fields of global development and labor economics. You see, she doesn't just look at what workers produce, she looks deeply at who they are.
Her driving philosophy is honestly fascinating. She brings a deeply human-centric and spiritual heart to her work. As she states clearly, she is concerned about genuine global development and transformation. Her goal here is to truly transform how we view our daily labor, not just as an exchange of time for money, but as an actual expression of character.
To help us digest her 12 employee typologies, we've organized this explainer into a quick roadmap. We'll start with the world of labor, then hit the passive clock punchers, the office distractors, the active obstacles, enter the ideal worker, and finally, choosing your own path.
Let's start right in with Section 1, the world of labor beyond the numbers.
She masterfully makes the case that labor economics isn't just a bunch of dry data. It's a living, breathing ecosystem. By using brilliant imagery to categorize workers, she emphasizes that our daily output is directly tied to our chosen personal character in the office ecosystem. Every single person brings a specific weather to the workplace, and she's categorized exactly what those weather patterns look like.
Moving up the spectrum, we arrive at Section 2, the passive clock punchers, stagnation and waiting.
Here, she categorizes workers who are physically present but completely mentally stagnant. You've got the stalemate, who she notes just lacks freshness and spice, constantly sitting around telling old wage tales. Then there's the unwilling pound. This one's kind of tragic, really, because she describes them as being laden with golden talents, but totally bereft of the fuel needed for the voyage. They basically just blame the system for their own idleness.
And this perfectly illustrates her core observation of the chance passerby. We have all worked with someone exactly like this, haven't we? Someone who treats the office like a waiting room rather than a place of active contribution. They stop by the workspace like a moving train, entirely uninvested, and can safely be tagged a visitor who just sits through until the check arrives.
Next up is Section 3, the office distractors, high visibility, low output. Now, what's absolutely crucial to understand here is that she defines these workers strictly by what they take from the team. The sloppy joke walks around looking busy, warming up a cold stove, but scarcely employs any real faith for actual output. Or take the entitled kin, who constantly seeks applause like a nodding lizard, totally happy to wear any new feather in their cap while completely wasting away the common good.
Her metaphor here is so razor sharp, perfectly capturing the town crier. This is that highly visible colleague whose main output is just workplace drama instead of actual productivity. Their lips drip with news like honey, and she notes they cling to gossip like absolute treasure, knowing about literally everything in the building except their actual duty.
On to Section 4, the active obstacles, harming the ecosystem.
She purposefully shifts her tone here. We've moved past people who are simply unhelpful into describing employees who actively create friction and toxicity within operations. You have the stagnant pond that literally stinks through lack of use. You've got the sly merchant buying up loyalty with questionable motives, and the stubborn goat who hears perfectly well but stubbornly heeds absolutely no instruction. Through this jarring imagery, she emphasizes how the hedge of thorns isn't just unhelpful, they're genuinely painful to the noble progress of the office. They stream with contentions and worries, irritating the entire team like vinegar to the teeth. It causes real, tangible damage to the organization.
But she doesn't leave us stranded in that toxic swamp. Section 5. Enter the ideal worker, the go-to grace.
She proudly introduces the go-to grace. This is it, the ultimate ideal worker. This person's diligence and profound resilience make them the solid anchor of any successful organization. They show up to work loyally, like the actual owner. When challenges arise, they bear the work burdens with incredible resilience, and they consistently have the right, thoughtful answer to the seeker's quest.
So look at the stark visual contrast at play here.
Consider the destructive resistance of the stubborn goat, giving off an odor like a rotten egg, bouncing off noble water. Now, compare that directly against the resilient, loyal ownership of the go-to grace. It paints a perfectly clear picture of the vast spectrum of human contribution in the workplace.
Finally, we arrive at Section 6, Choosing Your Own Path, the ultimate takeaway. Here, she transitions from merely describing these typologies to handing the power of choice directly back to you and me. She outlines these deeply profound concluding truths to empower us, reminding us that time and chance comes fair to all. We aren't permanently locked into a negative typology. She emphasizes that even the idle sloth has the opportunity to repent and change their ways. At the end of the day, humble diligence gains the day, because ultimately, water always seeks its own level.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with her final, deeply personal challenge. Looking honestly at your own daily grind, your own mindset, and the colleagues around you, which typology is your water seeking? Are you actively choosing to be the chance passerby, the stubborn goat, or are you striving every single day to be the go-to grace? Thank you so much for joining me to explore her incredible work. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and I'll see you in the next one.